Okay, so welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Lawyer, Google Translator. So yes, as the title suggests, we are playing it's not a mod, but it's a version of Phoenix Wright, where I'm going to just translate the whole thing through Google Translate, like the entire thing. So the languages I have with me are English to Zulu, Zulu to, I'm just going to put on screen because I couldn't possibly pronounce it, that language to Albanian, Albanian to Croatian, Croatian to Lithuanian, and then that to Luxembourgish, and then back to English. So yes, this is going to potentially be hellish. I look forward to it. I won't be translating anything that's auto text. I'm just going to say that right now. Anything that's auto text, I don't have time to translate. If somebody makes a mod in the future that just is Google Wright, like Google Wright, Jesus, Phoenix Wright with Google Translate. Gasp, gasp. Yo, that bitch dead. That bitch dead as fuck. Why me? What do you mean, why you? You killed her. Can't get caught, not like this. Gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. On August 3, at 9:47 a.m., the local defendant appeared in District 2 court. 2 Roman numerals, by the way. Boy, I'm scared. Masters. Okay, apparently, well, my name's Masters now. Oh, hello, Chef. Apparently, it's Chef. That's good. I'm glad this game is just so... It's so easy to corrupt. I mean, granted, I'm going through like 6 languages here, one of which twice, but it's still so busted. Wow, I'm glad I arrived on time. Well, that one actually translated well. That's surprising. I have to say, Phoenix, I was very impressed. Not everyone starts a murder trial this way. It says a lot about you and your client. Okay, well that auto-skipped, but it said thanks, so I guess I'll put that through the translator as well. Thank you. In fact, I owe him. Alright? That's nowhere close. How does favor translate to alright? Did you say you know the accursed before this case? Accursed? How the fuck did it turn to accursed? What? I would have understood accused, but accursed. Okay, well I guess he's accursed now. Oh god. In fact, I owe my current job. Okay. Before I say this sentence, let it be known that when I was translating it into Luxembourgish, or whatever the fuck that language pronounced as, it actually translated to dat ass. I am not joking. Do it for yourself with the languages that I said at the start of the video. You'll get dat ass too. Oh god, you'll get that ass too. No. That's the only reason I'm a lawyer. I love how it went from he's one of the reasons to it's the only reason. Yes, this is news to me. I want to help her as much as possible. Who? I thought it was a him. Now it's a her? I really want to help him. I owe him. Hey, that's actually close. It's over. Well, that one just translated into itself. My life is over. Is your client screaming? As it is. Deaf, don't worry. Wow. I'm dying. It looks like he wants to die. Oh yes, breathe. Nick. Hello, hello, Larry. It's spelled Larry, L-A-R-I. It's spelled L-A-R-I. How did, like, we lose an R and a Y to translation? Together, I owe it to myself, and I know I should not do it. Tell me I'm guilty. What? What? Give me the death penalty. I'm not afraid of death. What? What happened, Larry? Again, spelled Larry, L-A-R-I. Oh, it's all over. I'm done. It's over. I cannot live without it. I cannot. Who caught me, Nick? Who did that? Oh, he admitted. He admitted to the crime. He said, who caught me? The police caught you, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Nick, you have to tell me who took my son. What? Wait, so his girlfriend's dead and his son's missing? What do you mean? What do you mean, who took my son? What caused your girlfriend to die? The newspaper tells you. So apparently, from what I can gather, his girlfriend's dead. His son has been kidnapped. And on top of this, A, his name is Larry with an I and one R. And B, the newspaper has already told us who the killer is. So I'm not sure why we're doing the trial, but I mean, really, we should be focusing on his missing son, if anything. My name is Phoenix Wright. Hey, that went through Google Translate completely unbrutalized. Here is the story. My first job was very simple. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The arrested young man was a drug addict! What do you mean? How'd you get the arrested young man was a drug addict from the guy they arrested was an unlucky sap dating her? What? Okay. So, apparently he's a drug addict too, that's good. Larry Butts, my best friend in elementary school. Oh, they're still in elementary school. Well, that's unfortunate for them because they look to be about in their 20s. There was a saying in our school, when something smells, it's usually butts. Okay. I've known him for 23 years and that's often true. You have the opportunity to argue. I'm just gonna repeat that last thing. It appears like I skipped it, but a loud as fuck motorcycle just went by as I was saying it, but I still have it on the Google Translate screen, so... But I can say one thing, it's usually not his fault. You're just unhappy. Alright, well... Apparently I'm unhappy, but I know best that he is a good person at heart. I owe him too, so I got the job to delete his name. Oh. Why are we deleting his name? And what will I do? August 3, 10.00. District Court, no, dot. The judge is now prosecuting the Lord Laris Butsas. Yes! Yes! The judge is prosecuting the Lord. That's right. We're gonna sue God. And it's gonna be great. Pursuit is ready, your glory. Ready for self-defense, glory. Ahem. This right? That's your first temptation, is it not? Yes, your glory. Get used to it again. In this study, your behavior determines the fate of your client. Murder is a crime. Thanks to your client, I hope you can control your emotions. Mercy, respect. Respect, spelled R-E-S-P-E-K-T. Xander, put up respect on the screen, so we're not, like, unclear of how this is being spelled. Thank you, good sir. Mr. Wright, under certain circumstances, I think we should test it to make sure it's done. Yes, your glory. Chewing, handling, eyes dry. The test consists of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Wow. I'm shocked that that made it through Translate. I am stunned. In this case, the name of the defender. Let's go Phoenix Wright. The accused. Me or me? Masters, have you lost your mind at all? Concentrate. Defenders. He's their lawyer. Wait, he's my lawyer? He's your lawyer? Whose lawyer is he? I thought he was the defendant. Yes, right. Funny story. Okay, well, it skipped that, but I know what it said, so I'm just gonna type it in. It said, you did pass the bar, didn't you? You did pass the bar, didn't you? Translate into, you crossed the border, right? Okay, well, yeah, sure. Why not? Sorry, I did not understand your answer. I ask again. Defender? Is that, Mia Fabi? Mia Fabi! Mia Fabi? What do you mean? What do you mean Mia Fabi? How did her last name get changed? Of all the things in that sentence get changed, why was her last name changed? That's wrong, right? Look, I have to go. I have to go home. I'm waiting for delivery. Oh, good boss. You do not have to travel that fast, do you? Listen, right? Defendants in court. Your client. I mean, it has to do with the basics you get. I put my foot down. I have to rest. Defender, this is Larry Butts, sir. Okay, just think and everything will be fine. Next question. This is murder. Tell me, what is the name of the victim? Wait, this is murder? I thought we were in the court for the murder. Okay, well, I guess this is the murder. Oh, I know that. I'm happy to read the case report to cover it as well as possible. Wait. Oh, not at all. I forgot. I'm free here. Phoenix, is it true that you agree with that? Do you not know the names of the dead? Oh no. Oh, I know the name of the victim. Just forgot for a while. I think I have a migraine. Look, the name of the abuse is on the court. Just press R1 to check at all times, okay? Remember to check it regularly. Do it WEG for me, please. There's a dot between each of those letters. This is right. Who is the victim in this case? Mia Phi? What? How can I be a victim? Oops. Okay, excuse me. I was the first word that came to my mind and... Test input button. Remember to use it when you press the R1 key. I ask again. Oh, she was not a lady. Block. Madam Cinderblock? The man in question is a murder victim. Not a bad name, Sir Masters. But, okay, first of all, I thought the victim was female. Second, well, apparently it's not a bad name. And I am Sir Masters. I've been knighted. Masters? If you have forgotten something, use the R1 key to check and memorize the court records. An error in court can lead to guilt. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Okay, now tell me, what caused the death? He died because... Yeah, again, we're just swapping out the genders left and right. Okay, did he not poison the poison? Are you asking me? Boss, help me. Examination of court documents. R1 key. Memory? Jesus, give your child a break. Oh my god. Yes, that was amazing. Holy shit. Well, you're drowning, right? What? How does strangle translate to drowning? Tell me what's the story of her big puppies? What? Oh! No! Wait, you can't say that. You can't say that in court. No, you can't say that. What do you mean? Tell me the story of her big puppies. Now, are we referring to her breast size, or are we referring to dogs? Wait, what do you mean? Oh shit, that's amazing. What the fuck? I think that might officially be like the first amazing fucking sentence we've gotten. Holy shit. If you want to help the cell phone, sir, write hello, but not in my court. I do not think it is worth trying again. Well, that's literally the opposite of what the text says. Once he was beaten, it was nonsense. Yes, that's what's actually happening. I took a blow to the head, and this is what I'm experiencing now. Okay, he answered all my questions. There is no reason not to continue. You look very happy, Sir Masters. Good for you. Mercy here, because I do not feel comfortable. Safe. Then, first, the question of the candidate. Got pain? Your sir? As Lord Wright says, he beat the victim with a piece. Wait, I'm the killer? Can you explain to the court what happened? The weapon of death was in the Thinker picture. He was found on the floor next to the victim. I understand. The court accepts this as evidence. Template. The Thinker template. It's harder than that. An example was attached to the court. Masters, consider any additional evidence before a court. This evidence is the only letter you have in court. Check the court record regularly with the R1 key. Mr. Payne, the prosecutor, can call her first witness. Plaintiff Defendant M. Buzz Square. Okay. Alright. Yes, I know why it's known in advance. Listen, you do not want to miss out on information that will help your customer. You have the opportunity to respond to the prosecution later, so be prepared. Hope he does not say anything. Sorry. Oh, Laris just finds happiness. It could be bad. So wait, hang on. So we've now had him be Larry with one R and an I, and now he's Laris. Okay. I know what this translates into from earlier, it's just ahem. Mr. Buttseye, is it not true the victim just left you? Now he's Mr. Buttseye. Okay. Hello, look at that. We had a great time together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antunas. Okay. Who is Mark Antunas though? Aren't they all dead? I'm not dying. He just did not answer my call or see me, always. Who is that for you? Mr. Buttseye. We usually call the definition dumping. Oh, I don't think you can say that on YouTube. In fact, he gave her up completely and saw the other men. With one of them, he returned from abroad the day before the massacre. Wait, massacre? I thought there was only one murder. What does one of them mean? Wrong. Everything is a lie. I cannot believe your words. Lord, the victim's passport. Accordingly, he was in Paris the day before his death. Pass. The victim is to return home from Paris the day before the murder at 7:30 p.m. The passport is attached to the court. Actually, he looks back the day before murder. Brother, no. The victim was exemplary, but did not have much money. Apparently, he had some sugar daddy. Parents? Can't? Can't is spelled with a K and no apostrophe, by the way. Oh yes, the elders offered him money and gifts. He took the money and used it to support his lifestyle. Okay, dude translated to am lid. Lid spelled 2 Ds. We can clearly see how this Madam Stone woman was. Tell me, Sir Butts, what do you think of it now? Wait, so he's been knighted? I thought he was on trial for murder. How'd he go from being on trial for murder to being knighted? I just skip right, because I now know it's just gonna get translated into Masters. I do not think he wants you to answer that question. Well, no, it wasn't addressed towards me. It was addressed towards him. Yes, Larry knows how to use his mouth in every wrong way. Oh, I don't like that sentence. Do I need? I wish I had not been in it. Well, Mr. Butts just translated into, yes, this is Butts Eye. Man, that's not it. What a rotten dog. I'm dying. I'm just dying. Let's start, right? I think the intentions of the accused are clear to everyone. Yes, of course. Oh boy, it does not look good. Next question. The day of the murder, he went to the victim's apartment, right? Sip. Yes, are you not? Yes, maybe I have, or maybe not. Oops, he went. What can I do? Lowercase I. I know, I'm sending him a signal. See the truth. Oh yes, I was there, I went. Order. Boy here, Butts? Dude chill translated to together, that's great. He's not a man, so I did not see him. Objection translates to opposition. Lord, the accused lies. Is that a lie? Prosecution wants to call a witness to prove the man Butts lies. This makes things easier. Who is your witness? The person who found the body of the deceased. Until I find something dangerous. He saw the accused flee the scene. Order. Specify in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecutor can call a witness. Yes, your glory. That's bad. On the day of the murder, my witnesses were selling newspapers in the victim's apartment. Bring W.E.G. the Lord. Frank saw it. Is right. Mr. Salvatai, you're selling a newspaper description, okay? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Savit, continue your testimony. Tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness. I went from house to house selling literature and saw a man running out of my apartment. Hey, wait, it's his apartment. I thought he was in a hurry as he opened the door. I looked inside and thought it was weird. Then I saw him. A woman, immobile, dead. Fear weakened me and I could not enter. I thought I would immediately call the police. The phone in his apartment did not work, however. I went to a nearby park and called people. I remember the time well, it was 1 p.m. There's no doubt that the fugitive was the accused who was sitting there. Laris, why did you not tell the truth? I cannot protect you from such evidence. After all, why did the phone not work in the victim's apartment? Lord, the building was without electricity at the time of the murder. Should phones not work when switched off? No, they're switched off. Of course they don't work. Joe Monsieur. Okay, that's not even English. However, some cordless phones do not work well. The Lord used the telephone, saw it was one of them. Nice. I could not read. Off record, M. Stone's electric light was off during the day until 6 p.m. Blackout record joined the court record. Hello, here, masters. Oh yes, here. You can start asking questions. Okay, cross-examination, mister? Gut and Wright, a real treat. What exactly should I do? Because in his last show, he betrays a lie. Wrong. This is, he lied? Your client is not innocent, is he? I mean, I hope he is. Then the witness must have lied about his testimony. Or maybe your client is really guilty. How can I prove that this is not the case? Hold the key. Proven. Compare the testimony of witnesses with the available evidence. There will be quarrels. First, clarify the discrepancy between the record of the proceedings and the testimony of the witness. That sentence was too perfect for Google Translate. Then if you find the evidence to the contrary, show and wipe the faces of witnesses. Okay. Open the court record with key R1 and prove the evidence. Hold it translated to hold on. Is it not normal for a man to leave home? I'm wondering if you can take care of this. I do not know. It was weird for me both. He was crazy, but at the same time scared, as criminals flee the scene. The lawyer asks you not to hate the witnesses. That's right. Witnesses said they saw the man looking suspicious. What will happen then? A little open, you said? Yes, the door was open in the middle. Oh yes. I watched for a while, but no one wanted to close the door. I thought, it's so interesting in such a big city. I see. What's next? What was the idea to do that? Yes, the door is a little open. Look. Are you not the only one watching? We go to the mountains because they exist. The same. The word of truth has never been said. Who's looking inside? Why did Payne cut so fast? So he looked around the house. So what happened? I might have to add that. There's a loud noise, unfortunately, right as that text popped up, so I'm not gonna be able to read it. Yes, I was not. But he did not move at all. There was blood everywhere. I think for one it looks creepy. So what's next? So you did not touch anything in the apartment? Oh yes, I say no, nothing. Alright, what's next? Thinking of calling the police, does that mean they did not really call? Way, listen to all the evidence. The police came with a call. What happened next? Did the phone stop working at his home? Oh yes, I mean no. No, it was not. Alright. But you said you did not go into the apartment, or... Oh, this? I can explain that. It was a wireless time on the side road. I went in and tried to make that call. Then the phone stopped working, right? What's next? Why use a public telephone? You see, I do not have a cell phone. There were also no responses from surrounding apartments during the day. Well, how many hours did you plan for again? 1300H, are you sure? Oh yes, definitely. He seems very confident. 1300H, Masters, doesn't that seem strange to you? Prove before. Lawyer badge. If I am not involved in this case, no one will trust me to be a lawyer. Cindy autopsy report. Time of death 7/31, 16:00 to 17:00. Cause of death blood loss due to traumatic injury. This fact clearly shows the contradiction of that statement, sir. What is your evidence and recent statements about it? No, they don't care, Mr. Wright. Review the facts before making any allegations. I do not think this sentence will benefit me. The bodies were found at 1 p.m., are you sure? Oh yes, of course it was 1 p.m. In fact, I find it hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the conclusion of the expert report. The death of the deceased was determined after 4 p.m. Nobody came, eh? 1300, body not found. How do I set this 3-hour interval? Oh, this, Joe. Bruh, Joe's not even a word. That's a little one. The witness just forgot the time. I find it hard to believe his instructions. Here, Sovit. Why are you so sure you found your body at 1 p.m.? Guy, that's a very good question. Super right. How to change it. That's all I need to do. Show opposition. Lying creates more and more lies. At first glance, her whole story is different. Hold on, now I remember. Do you want to witness again? It's time to explore. You see, when I found the body, I felt the time. The word time sounds probably from television. Oh, but it was the 3rd hour of silence, was it not? I think the victim is watching the video, so I thought 13.00. Sorry for the misunderstanding, G. I see. Listen to the word in the recorded program. Mr. Wright, you can ask the witnesses questions. Masters, you know what to do. I got it. You said, I heard. Did you not say, I saw? As it is. I saw a body lying there. I never thought I would watch anything else, even the whole watch. Are they weird? So he says something heard, but when you were so excited you feel nothing. The witness said he heard the time. It's absurd to say you would not hear anything. I have to agree with the prosecutor. Testimony, obey your testimony. Do you believe it was television and not radio? Yes, I think it's going to be a radio. There was no radio in the yard. It's not a yard, it's an apartment, good sir. It was just a big TV. I cannot prickishty finger, but something looks short. Prickishty? I don't think prickishty is a word. Listening to something on TV. He has witnesses and testimonies. Time has helped him. How he describes suffering. Yes, and witnesses. Can you explain? And video? Yes, that may explain why the timing is not right. Really? I think the problem is somewhere else. We agree that you heard the time on the scene. Do you believe the voice you heard at 1 p.m.? Yes, I'm listening to you now. That was very clear. Mr. Payne, did the plaintiff confirm this evidence? I'm sorry, sir. I also recently learned that the witness hears the weather. Wait, how did time suddenly get transferred into weather? We've heard time get stated as time like 100 times now. And now it's weather? Excuse me? Oh, I'm really sorry. I still remember. Well, just look. That does not have to be stressful, does it? Hold on. When the prosecutor opened it, he said he had electricity, and this record proves it. You are not listening to TV or videos. Gah, self-defense is important. It sure is. Do you have an explanation, sir? Saw it? No, it's really weird for me, absolutely. Hold on, now I remember. The court wants to hear clear evidence from the outset. This regular repair will ruin your integrity. You're just confused. I'm sorry, dear. Okay. It must have been a shock to find the body. Qua is not a word. KWA is not a word. Very well, Sir Sovit. Okay, well, I'm going to reread the testimony again once it pops up. I basically lost like 2 whole text boxes because of what could only be described as massively glitched audio, so that's unfortunate, but I'll just continue like it didn't happen. It's fine. You know, we only lost 2 text boxes. Of those 2, it literally consisted of like a total of 6 words. It really wouldn't have been much. It was like 3 words each. Did you see the clock? I think that explains it. A lawyer can ask a witness. Hey, it's the return of the text box we lost earlier. So hearing the time translated to listen time. In fact, I did not hear time. I saw. There was a clerk in the apartment. No. Yes, a terrible weapon. The killer hit the victim with it. I've probably seen it. Understand this argument now. It makes me feel very suspicious. Yes, I can understand how skeptical you are. I'm really sorry. I remember that writing tour. Table clock? Table clock? Was there a clock in place? I'm hearing about for the first time. Weapons. Murder? Yes, writing desk was used as a tool. I just said, did you sleep on my show or something? Error occurred. Why did you not tell us? I think it's gone crazy. I really do not know what happened to me. The witness said he saw a clock on the table. The end of the story. Expect it. Weapons of mass destruction were not a watch. It was in the picture. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's some particularly broken English right there. What should this watch look like now? And what about you and your opposition and testimony? Who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Sir Savitt. Hey, until you... Okay, it's a clock. Nice, if I can. Joe Monsieur Payne. Like, mate, that's not English. Mate, please speak English, mate. Yeah, mate, yeah, come on, English, mate, come on. Mate. As the witnesses stated, this photo is definitely a watch. What? What do you mean the photo's a watch? How does that work? The goal changes. Simply mark and say the time aloud. Since it did not look like a clock, I scrolled it like a template. Sorry. I see. So the weapon of mass destruction was a table clock. Boy here, masters? The testimony of the witnesses seems to be correct. It's a clock. Problems with his instructions now? Lord, there are vacancies in the testimony. All he knew was that the weapon was a watch in his hand, but witnesses said he did not enter the apartment. Truly a struggle, because the witness knew it was his watch. You're alive. You were in the apartment on the day of the murder. Really? Prove it. Prove I went there. I'll do even better. I can prove you killed him. You swam with the clock and the shock lifted the alarm. It was a sound you heard. Specify in the court. It's interesting. Go on, Sir Masters. This is Savittaz. The sound must have impressed you. Understandably, the weapon that kills the victim speaks for itself. That word burned in your brain. No wonder you were so loyal at the time. Well, what does that mean? All this nonsense. Didn't that happen? Look at the faces of the witnesses. It's frozen. Want to testify? Did you hit the victim with a watch? Such as that day? No. Bitch, you just throw your wig at me? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate you. I was. I'll tell you, I saw it. He killed her and she must be burned. Warm, give him death. Order. Judgment, I say. Lord, do WEG a little. There is little evidence to support the defense's claims. Masters. Nice? According to him, the noise of the witnesses came from the watch. Do you have evidence? It's all business. I mean better. Your glory? The noise that the Lord heard. Savito was not present at the time. The truth is clear if only. Let us call here in court. Sir, can you give me a watch? I ask the court to listen carefully. Beep. This is of course a weird way to report the weather. Yes, he is a thinker. So we listen to the clock. What do you agree with, sir? Masters? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? 11:25. Alas! As you can see, the clock strikes 3 o'clock. This is the difference between the two. Savitt is not listening and it's time to die. Also, here's Savitt. Try to find a way out. Cha-ha-cha. You forgot something. What are you talking about now? It may seem like 3 hours. It proves nothing. How do you know it was 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you cannot prove it, you are innocent. You were right. How do I prove it? Devil, I was so close. Sir Masters, you do not appear to have sufficient evidence to substantiate your claim. Joe Monsieur. Again, not English. That means I do not allow you to testify as a witness, unfortunately. This concludes the Lord's cross-examination. Frank Savittaz. Put all these distances together to see what happens. You treat me like a criminal. Crime. You're lawyers. Grr. I almost understood. I'm sorry, Larry. Again, spelled with one R and an I. There is nothing I can do now. Net directly. Here, saw it. Mia. I say, sir. Listen, Wright. Do not give it away. Meditate. But boss, it's over. I cannot prove that the clock is ticking the day of the murder. Nobody can prove it. Yes. But that does not mean you will not succeed. Try to think outside the box. Waste no time looking for facts. Imagine that the clock strikes 3 o'clock and think about it now. Ask yourself, why did the clock slow down in 3 hours? Find out why and have a testimony. Okay, Wright? Can you find the reason for the 3-hour delay? Hold on, maybe I can prove it. You need to have some evidence to prove it, Wright. Take it and take it. Boy here, masters? According to him, on the day of the murder, the clock was moving slowly. Do you have evidence to support the claim? That's right. There is evidence in court that does not hesitate to confirm my claim. Cha, strong weirder. Let's see if you understand. Do we understand why the clock is ticking? The day before the murder, the deceased had just returned from abroad. As we all know, the time from this place to Paris is 9 hours. If it's 16 here, it's 1 tomorrow. The clock did not last 3 hours. It was 9 hours faster. The victim did not even repair an hour after returning home. So when the attacker died at his home, the time to help was wrong. There is enough evidence for you, Sir Saw It. Let me tell you, P done. Oh, thank God, text I don't have to translate. Order, I say. Oops, it turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, are you a witness? A man, arrested and assumed love. I'm okay. Sir Masters, Joe Monsieur, I have to say, I was impressed. I do not think I have ever seen anyone defend themselves so quickly, and at the same time find the right culprit. Mercy here. In this case, it's just a habit, but this court has found the defendant, Larry Butts. Holy shit, it was actually spelled right. It's not your fault. And yes, this court will be acquitted. Frank Saw It was a real thief. I'm a kiosk for people to see out of the house. That day, when Larry returned home, there were no casualties. When he left, Mr. Saw It allowed him to do his dirty work. In search of his place, the victim is back. Anger here. Saw It grabbed another dark object he could find. August 3, 1432, District Court No. 1.2. Oh, I still do not believe we won. Masters, happy work. Congratulations. Thank you, boss. Boss spelled with an E at the end. I owe you everything. Don't care. This is where you fought. I have been following the process for so long. Satisfactorily. Not satisfactory. Satisfactorily. Alright, that's cool. I've never seen such a happy king. If so, imagine how Larry felt. My life is over. Laris, you should be happy. What's up now? Yes, Nick. Do not worry about me. I'm dying and leaving soon. Everything is fine. Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry. Again, 1 R, 1 I. Innocent, the case is closed. But my soulmate is not a man. He's gone. Forever. Larry. Again, I. No, it's not easy. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Jeff. Now I see the headlines. Harry Butts, innocent. Heh, thanks. I really owe you. I will never forget that, always. Let's celebrate. Dinner. Movies, my lead. Oh no, I cannot. Oh, I brought you out of the chaos. No. Here he is. This is a gift. And gift, for my part. Wait, that's not proof. In fact, I created this watch for it. I make one for myself. Is R real? You are. Did you do that? Thank you, I keep it safe as a reminder. Yes, Nick. Can you believe that? I'm in love with this girl too. And he's just kidding me. Do not cry. Cry. Laris, are you sure? Express me? I think he thought a lot about you, alone. Well, you should not regret it. Oh, I really do not feel it. Is that not right? Right? Have nothing to show a friend? Is there evidence of how he felt? Ha. Yes, of course. What are you talking about? Look, Lar. Oh, we've lost the I even now, it's just Lar. Prove that you are not just the core for him. Oh? And what about that watch? This is your watch, Laurie. I'm just gonna say Laurie from now on. If you're gonna get rid of a R and a Y, clearly they don't want me to say Larry. She took it with her on arrival, one way or another. If he only needs one watch, that's all. Do you think so? The hardest hour you get. Well, do what you want. Hello, Nick. I'm happy to ask you to become a lawyer. In fact, I did. Thank you. I hope he gets better. I just hope they find his kidnapped son. You know, we heard about it at the start of the video and just never again. Masters, I hope you now understand the value of the evidence, and I hope you see things change as you look at them. Okay, well that said people too, so I'm gonna just translate that. People to translate into look to. We really do not know if our customers are to blame or not. All we can do is trust them, and to trust them, you have to believe in yourself. Masters, listen, read, powerful. Never give up your faith. Ni. Ni, N-I. N-I is not an English word, Google Translate. I think our work is done. Will we fail? Okay, that's it. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Translate into yes, I mean. What to say about food? PSO. Just PSO. Again, not a word, just letters. We drink innocent butts. Oh, we're talking about Harry. Poisoning is therefore part of the legal profession. What? What? You mean poisoning is part of the legal profession? Oh yes, at least part of it. You need to tell me more about it. Maybe drinking? Look, I don't think we should be drinking. Apparently poisoning is part of the legal profession. I didn't know this, but Google Translate told me so clearly that's a reliable source of information. So my first trial is over. Hey Nikai, it's good to have friends, but I'm sure they do not pay us. If you do not count the hours, you go, Mia. I did not know then, but that hour had to be in the middle of a different story. I promise I'll tell the boss about Larry and me. That would be one of the promises I could not keep. Okay, so the end translated into conclusion, but conclusion is spelled wrong. It's spelled with C instead of an S. So that's wonderful. So I'm gonna give my thoughts on this, because sadly this is the end of this. It was one video. So I spent 26 hours on this total. It seemed like it was one big playthrough of like 40 some minutes, but no, it was 5 play sessions with recording and editing totaling about 26-27 hours. So yeah, there won't be more of these unless this video gets like 1 trillion views. So that's not happening. I have no intention of continuing this series unless somebody makes like a mod for the Steam version that's like, I don't know if you can make a mod for that. You might have to make one for like an emulator, but unless someone makes a mod that just does all of the languages in Google Translate, I will not. I can't do more of this. I just can't. It's just too time consuming. There's other stuff to do. I almost did not meet the video deadline for this. I'm recording this literally on the night of the 10th, which means I have to record, like, I have to edit this tomorrow. So, yeah, that's fun. That said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. Some ridiculous sentences. Just... oh boy, I still can't get over the tell us the tale of her big puppies or whatever it was. That was fucking insane. There was some other ones too. I mean, we never found out what happened to Larry's son. You know, that's... we'll never know. We'll never know the truth. But, you know what? I think that's a good end to this. And next time, we'll play something else. I think Mario Sunshine will probably start up shortly after this. We got like a 7 days video in between, and then because this is not a series, Mario Sunshine will be starting like 4 videos sooner than it was intended to. But you know what, that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm gonna try and fix whatever the hell is going wrong with my audio throughout this. I managed to edit out all the sequences where it was a problem, but I had really crusty audio at certain points, so I'll look into that whole problem. And yeah, that's gonna be it.